What's up, guys? So today we're in a 2016 Hyundai Genesis. It is the 3.8 liter V6 engine. It's my cousin Tyler's car. It's got how many miles on it? 2,000, just over 2,000 miles on it. So it's like brand new. And it is not a cheap car. It is hands down a luxury car, very different from what I've done so far, which you've seen with the Challenger and the Mustang. So that's why I definitely was looking into getting into this car. So yeah, definitely like a luxury car in my opinion. There's a lot of bells and whistles in this thing. I barely scratched the surface with it, and I'm like, okay, that's enough. I don't need to know anymore. I don't want to know anymore. My brain hurts right now. I can't fathom all that driving a Mustang usually, but I definitely want to say thank you again for letting me do this with this car. I know it's like your baby, so
no problem. It's a spaceship.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like so far, guys. Like a spaceship. There's a lot of stuff going on in here, but I'm just gonna go through and show you a couple different things, and we're gonna start driving, just kind of, you know, roll with it, see how I feel about it, and yeah. So first things first, I know he told me this is going to happen, but I don't know. I haven't seen it happen yet, so you guys are going to get to see it for the first time, as well as me. So when I put the car in reverse, I don't know if you can see that back window. There's like the visor, which for one is really cool. They've got visors on the passenger and driver's side rear seats for like sunshades, as well as the rear window. So when I put it into reverse, that should drop. Aw, snap. Look at that. That's pretty dope. So just, you know, the higher end things that you don't even think about in a regular car. But you put it in reverse and that drops. So we're just gonna back up. And then he said once I put it back into drive, it's gonna go back up.
Start going forward.
I'm like watching that more than I'm watching the road. Maybe if I accelerate, it'll go up.
It'll go up.
Oh, there it is. That's so cool. Good stuff. So yeah, right from the get-go, feels nice and smooth. Like I haven't even given any power. We're starting off in eco mode. You can hit drive mode right here. There's 3 different modes: eco, normal, and sport mode, just to get you your different feels. It is a V6 engine. He said it's got about 350 horsepower and 300 foot-pound of torque. Those are probably engine ratings. It is a rear-wheel drive. Automatic. I think it's an 8-speed automatic. Yeah, so it's not going to be a slouch. Maybe in eco mode, basically it's going to keep the RPMs down and everything like that. But and then you can put it in sport mode because it is a rear-wheel drive V6, you know, 300 horsepower machine. So it's not going to be slow by any means. It's cool. It's got a ton of buttons on the steering wheel here. I've literally got like control of everything. You can change to your tire pressure. You can basically set all your settings when it comes to like the automatic steering wheel and seating position. You have memory over here on the door for where you leave the seat. So basically, like, I got in, I moved the seat and stuff, and Tyler's like, yeah, I don't care. I mean, it doesn't matter. I just press the button, it goes back. So that's kind of nice if you get your car serviced and someone adjusts anything. Yeah, so memory seating position, you can move the steering wheel. It's got like, kind of like when you do the side view mirrors on my car, but it's got like a little remote, so adjust the steering wheel any way, direction that you can think of, which is pretty cool, in and out, just like that. And then we do have a button for the rear sunshade, as well as gas, trunk, and it looks like blind spot. You can turn that detection on and off. So you've got little detectors on the side of your mirrors, so you can turn it on and off, but basically while you're driving or you're in reverse, if someone is walking by the car, if you put your blinker on and like there's a car over there in your blind spot that you can't see, it does a beep and it turns yellow on the side of your mirror to say, hey, you know, there's someone over here, you know, obviously pay attention before you get over. And then we've got full navigation, everything like that. Do you want to talk about the package that you have as opposed to other options available?
Yeah, the standard, the Genesis comes with a ton of options. Really, the signature package is the next step up. It gives like a popular equipment package, if you will. It's all of the new technology, and with the sunroof, you get an upgraded navigation.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's nuts too. This thing is like its own, like you said, spaceship.
Yeah,
the driver's
crazy.
seat's like a cockpit. But with that popular equipment package, you get access to a bunch of other things with the technology. You get upgraded navigation, premium leather, you get a full sunroof, which is a one touch, and if you press the open on the shade, it goes completely open,
It's like the whole roof,
the
guys.
car up, and then if you press it once, it goes all the way back. So you have a sunroof and a moonroof. Put the turn signal on.
See, there you go, get the beep.
That's the blind spot detection.
Nice.
But I'm not too big on sunroofs. I like the look of it since it's just a black roof. So on any color except for any exterior color paint on cars, if it's not black, it kind of sets the tone for the car. But it opens the car up too as well.
Yeah, I love the fact that you can open almost the entire roof. That's awesome. If you guys have ever seen the inside of a Tesla, it's kind of like the windshield goes like all the way into the roof. Now it's not a whole thing like that, but it's like right there. And as far as I'm concerned, from what I've seen with this car, and knowing what a Tesla's like and sitting in one of those before, it's borderline Tesla in my opinion. And everyone thinks Tesla's like the end all kind of car because it's got all these crazy technologies. So let me just give you, I guess, a basis behind my opinion. So I've always been I will never own, never drive, never like a Hyundai kind of person, but sitting in this car and being able to ride in it the last couple days here and there, I will tell you, this is freaking nice. It's totally changed my opinion on it.
Being that you have this car, this luxury performance sedan, with the way that it's designed and the emblem, if you've seen the Genesis, the wing, most people, if they don't see a Hyundai badge on it, they don't know what it is. I've heard it.
And I made that same mistake literally like a year ago or so. I saw a Hyundai Genesis just like this, and I didn't see the Hyundai emblem on the front. I think there might have been the wing possibly, but I don't think there was. And I was like, what in the world is that?
Yeah, some people call it like a baby Bentley or...
That's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah, it's a big body car.
It's definitely a bigger sedan.
It grabs a lot of attention.
Yeah, it's a nice luxury sedan. Like, it's definitely bigger than, any of your standard sedans, but it doesn't feel huge in the way that it handles. I'll tell you that much. Like, just driving around, it's so smooth. The brakes feel great. Like, it's not like you're driving a heavy car or anything like that. So the technology they have that's backing this platform is phenomenal. From my personal standpoint of never driving a Genesis, never wanting to drive a Genesis, and now being in this is really nice.
Yeah, for a big body car, like you would think like the Chrysler 300 or something of that sort, the turning radius, and I've driven, because being at the car dealership, I drive so many different cars, and I've driven stuff comparable in size like the BMW 750 Li or the 550 or the S-Class Mercedes, which in size is comparable to it, but the turning radius on this car, and I don't know if you were in the car with me or if it was Casey, but he was like,
I remember.
How did you make that turn?
Yeah,
and I was like,
that was me.
And was it you?
Yeah, we were at the beach.
Yep, and it's weird how you would think that it would take probably a 13-point turn to be able to do something like that.
And you did it in like
it was just
one.
Just went around.
You barely. So he was, imagine a 2-lane road, and he was on the right hand side. We were on like a little back street. He basically went from the right hand side, turned around. Only half the car went over like the second lane into, I guess the gravel or whatever it was. But he was able to turn the car all the way around from almost just a 2-lane road, which, I mean, that's like unheard of. Because most big cars like this, you would literally have to take multiple point turns. I know I do in the Mustang, and I'd say that's probably a similar length.
Even some of the standard sedans in compact or even full size, the turning radius isn't as good as this. It's crazy to know how he did that in this car. And with it being a powerful, bigger sedan, you would almost think that gas mileage on average would be terrible. I mean, I kind of dog this thing because I love it. I was going to say, what kind of gas mileage do you see? But when I came back from a trip from Virginia a couple weeks ago, and I was averaging on the highway it was like 31.4. Wow. And I was hauling. I was rolling. I was going like 80, 90 miles an hour. So that's like as good as, if not a little bit better than what I would get in the Nissan Versa. Yeah. And so you're paying for the luxury car, but you're not continually paying to maintain a luxury car, it sounds like. Regular fuel. You don't need to put premium in it. I use a Mobil 1 synthetic blend for oil. Right. It's not like a high maintenance girlfriend. Even in eco mode, wow, that's got some get up and go. Yeah. So you definitely have all the merging power you need. That's nice.
Yeah, but just driving around, the suspension feel, like the steering feels nice. It's not like super responsive, but like you do get all the feedback you really need. But this isn't a sports car, so I wouldn't want like a super, well, I mean, I guess you could look at it as a potential of a sports car.
Yeah.
It's got the capabilities of one, but it's not designed as one.
When you put it in the drive mode in sport, the steering wheel
will tighten up and everything.
As well, so it becomes a lot stiffer and reactive too.
Yeah.
Some people like in a car like this, and Hyundai's been doing this because they build their cars off of customer reviews. They have these steering wheel options for people that are coming out of these bigger trucks where they have so much play in them. So all of our cars come to where you'll be able to control the steering mode.
Right.
It's a ride. You hover.
That's honestly what it feels like. It's like you're floating along the road, but it's not like it feels like it's a boat. It's just like, it's like you're driving along in a cloud or something. But one of these roads around here, when we were driving just in the Mustang, it was like da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But I think we went across it, and I didn't even realize we went across it in this car because you don't feel it, that kind of thing. Right here, I think is where you didn't fucking feel that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, driving around in eco mode, like it's pretty nice. I mean, it's just super smooth, and like I said, you still get the get up and go behind it, which I was not really expecting. But when I gave it gas, it just went. Speaking of, so we're gonna turn around. I'm putting it in sport mode so that I can see what the real power is all about in this thing. And I'll just kind of call out, miles per hour as we're going. So we're sitting at 5, and we're just going to floor it, see what happens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Wow. That's nice. And it's like still hitting the RPM.
It's wanting you to keep going.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, no, that's cool. You can chill.
Waiting. It's like, are you going to hit the gas a little bit more?
It's like you just did like a 60 pull and you're going to let off?
Yeah.
So it's in sport mode, and now it's chilling at like 2,500 RPM. Oh, okay. So I let off the gas, and then it downshifted to get more of the, better fuel economy kind of thing. But that's cool, because I know in eco mode, we were cruising, and I think it was a much lower RPM. Mm-hmm. So it's actually maintaining a higher RPM so that whenever you're ready to give it gas, because it is sport mode, it's ready to go. And it literally just downshifted. Yeah. That's so cool. So as far as the transmission goes, the shifting was like, it wasn't like hitting you in the face. It was nice and smooth. The power band felt really linear. It didn't feel like it dropped off by any means. It just kind of kept pulling, which is nice. And you do have paddle shifters, so you can kind of play with that stuff if you want. But in my opinion, I don't even need to, because this car is just gonna do itself better than I could probably drive it, with the paddle shifters. So.
And you have the Shiftronic as well. If you slap it over like there, you can go up and down in gears as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can downshift and upshift.
Oh, okay. So you can do it like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just downshifted.
Yeah, and it'll tell you what gear you're in.
Fourth.
Right there, so
okay.
fourth,
yeah, so it shows up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it would be all the way up to 8.
Yep.
God, that would be awful driving an 8-speed automatic or manual.
Oh my God, I know. Between arthritis and carpal tunnel and.
No thanks.
Yeah.
So you can also switch the drive modes while driving.
Yep.
So I just popped it into normal, so it's going to be more of your median. It'll keep it, like a little bit higher RPM, but it's not going to be like downshifting like it was just now, or I would imagine it wouldn't be. But yeah, I mean, all in all, this is really nice. Just to showcase the trunk here for you guys. As you can see, we have all kinds of random stuff just thrown in, and there is a butt ton of room and then some. So, more than just luxury here. Get up and go wherever you need as well. Alright, so essentially, I don't know if you guys saw in that intro little clip that I made of Tyler's car. We were flying the drone, stuff happened, and we kind of had to put the rest of the review on hold, so we didn't get to go down any windy roads or anything like that. But I just wanted to say a huge thank you again to Tyler for letting me drive the Genesis. It was awesome. Definitely more of a luxury car. I mean, but at the same time, it also had all the sportiness that any car enthusiast would want out of their vehicle. So I highly recommend. Totally changed my point of view on Hyundais, or I guess Genesis now, not so much Hyundai, so I can still not like Hyundai and be okay. Cool. So the Genesis G80 was a sweet car, and yeah, I mean, that's all there really was to it. So hope you guys enjoy the review. Keep your eyes peeled. We got some more stuff coming. So thanks again for always checking things out. Appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe if you want. Thanks. Later.